Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Christmas edition of Trades Talk with me, your host, Pop. And yes, it's that time of year. We're getting so close to the end of the year. Boy, oh boy, it's almost here. We're going to welcome in 2026. First, we got to get through Christmas, though. And I'm sure everyone's busy during this Christmas season. It'd be nice to have some time off. I mean, if you do get Christmas Day and Boxing Day, all the power to you. You've got a couple of days off in a row. As for myself, I'm going to be taking off the time between Christmas and New Year's, so I'll get that whole week off, because I don't feel like going into work. It's a slow time, so I won't worry about going into stuff. It's time to take that time and relax and enjoy time with family and friends, and just having a good old time, getting in the holiday spirit. Well, all right. So in this stream, we take a look at things from an industrial point of view. If you haven't been here before, what we'll do is we'll go through a little bit of the news, and then we'll check out some articles about the shortage in the skilled trades. We'll do an analysis of an accident investigation. We'll have a look and see what's going on there. I have a new segment, Pop's Trades Tips. So we'll have that segment, and then we'll have pictures and video. And I know everyone likes picture time. It's always one of the more fun times everyone tends to enjoy. But without further ado, let's have a look at the news and see what's going on. Looks like a very quiet news week, that's for sure. Not very many news items at all. But what I will look at is this one here that says Siemens Canada partners with Airbus on energy efficiency project at Mirabel plant. I don't have a very high opinion of Siemens. I don't think they're a very good company. I believe there is such a thing as being too big. And when you get that big, excuse me, when you get that big, a lot of things tend to fall through the cracks. And you end up giving worse customer service than when you were a lot smaller. Let's see what it says here. Siemens Canada has announced a partnership with Airbus to implement a decarbonization and energy efficiency project. Oh, great. That's right away. As soon as they talk about decarbonization, I know this is just a big scam. Let's see. At the Airbus A220 final assembly plant in Mirabel, Quebec, the initiative is part of Airbus's global program to reduce its operational environmental footprint. According to Siemens Canada, the project will focus on modernizing mechanical infrastructure and building automation systems at the 1.5 million square foot facility. Upon completion, the company estimates that changes could reduce energy consumption and CO2 emissions by about 50% and lower related energy costs by roughly 25%. I'm sure they could care less about the CO2 emissions and are worried more about the costs. Airbus has set targets to cut Scope 1 and 2 greenhouse gas emissions by 85% and reduce energy use by 20% by 2030. Siemens Canada said its work at Mirabel will support those goals while maintaining plant operations. Key initiatives to be implemented by Siemens Canada to support Airbus and working towards the company's decarbonization goals include increasing energy productivity and lowering operating costs through rate optimization, implementation of energy efficiency measures, and managing power demand in winter. That's going to be tough because winters are pretty harsh there on the East Coast. They're going to install a state-of-the-art electric steam boiler, which will significantly reduce greenhouse gas emissions and provide approximately 100% humidification redundancy critical for Airbus manufacturing process. So you're just moving where the so-called emissions are coming from. Sure, you're doing electricity, but then you're going to use your electricity from probably hydroelectric if it's Quebec. Optimizing the operation of the facility's current incinerator and strategically prioritizing electricity use during off-peak hours to minimize natural gas consumption. Optimizing the HVAC system by minimizing the use of existing gas-fired air heaters and introducing passive heat recovery combined with heat pumps for heating and partial cooling. Upgrading an existing transformer and adding an additional transformer to offer enhanced capabilities for decarbonization. I don't know how outing transformers helps with decarbonization. I mean, a transformer is just a big iron bar with wires wrapped around it, and it just steps up or steps down the voltage. So I think that's a lie. There's no how do you call that enhanced capabilities? Like, anyway, participating in the Hydro-Quebec Demand Response Option Program. Okay, so they're working with Hydro-Quebec. Josiah Kazi, President and CEO of Siemens Canada, said the partnership reflects the company's commitment to providing scalable solutions for industrial decarbonization. Sounds like a big pile of baloney. You don't need to decarbonize. Also, you don't need to reduce your CO2 because the gases that make up the Earth, 78% of that is nitrogen. 21% of that is oxygen. That's 99%. The other 1% is all the other gases combined. So I'm sure a little bit of searching along there, you could find out what percentage of that 1% is carbon dioxide. So panicking and spending money over nothing. But whatever. That's what they're going to follow and do. This next one, Scale AI announces $128.5 million investment for AI projects across Canada. I'll tell you right now, I don't like AI. I could care less about it. I think it's going to turn people into a bunch of morons because they will get AI to do everything for them and they think they're being clever and smart and they're not. They're not learning anything. So, and AI is going to put a lot of people out of work. And it's also going to, well, you see it now on YouTube with all their AI slop videos. This is something that's just garbage. I think they shouldn't even bother with AI. Anyways, let's see what they're doing with it. Scale AI, Canada's artificial intelligence innovation cluster, has announced nearly $129 million in funding to support 44 new applied AI projects across the country, according to the organization. This brings total commitments over the past 6 months to more than $226 million. Scale AI stated that it is its largest funding round to date. Projects purportedly involve partners from multiple provinces, reflecting what the organization describes as a growing interprovincial AI ecosystem. The funded initiatives span a range of applications, including healthcare, municipal infrastructure, energy, and media. Examples cited by Scale AI include AI tools for healthcare benefits navigation, care coordination after radiation therapy, automated infrastructure management, oil and gas, pipeline inspections, outage response for electric utilities, and generative AI solutions to support local news coverage. That sounds like a giant waste of money for all those things. What a ridiculous use of this technology. Why do you need a solution to support local news coverage? You get a person out there and a cameraman, and they're on the scene and reporting. That's your local news coverage. Excuse me. Outage response for electric utilities. So instead of phoning in and telling them the power is out, what do they do? Oil and gas pipeline inspections. What are you going to do? You're going to send an AI robot or something to inspect the pipeline? Yeah, good luck with that. In places like here where there's lots of snow and inclement weather and the terrain is terrible, no, that's not happening. Automated infrastructure management, I don't know what that means. If you're talking about the infrastructure of the province, then I wouldn't. Healthcare benefits navigation? Why? Why do you need that? Why do you need AI to help healthcare benefits navigation? It sounds like they just want to cut a lot of jobs and try to save money that way. Nothing good is going to come of this. According to the announcement, the projects will deploy technology such as machine learning for prediction and optimization, computer vision for image and video analysis, and generative AI for conversational interfaces. When I phone a place, I want to talk to a human. I don't want to hear, if you want to do this, say this. And then you say it and it's like, sorry, I didn't understand that. It's like, you know what? Just put me on with a real human, all right? Scale AI says these solutions aim to improve operational efficiency and productivity in sectors including healthcare, energy, insurance, retail, manufacturing, transportation, and public infrastructure. Scale AI noted that projects reflect a 2-to-1 private-to-public investment ratio, which it says demonstrates industry commitment to adopting Canadian-developed AI. The announcement was made at the League's Toronto headquarters, a company that operates an AI-powered healthcare platform. Attendees include Evan Solomon, Minister of Artificial Intelligence and Digital Innovation, Maggie Chi, Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Health, and Chin Yun, Member of Parliament for Spadina Harbourfront. Yeah. Sounds like a big scam to me. I don't think you need AI for a lot of this stuff. But they're going to ram it down our throats anyway, aren't they? Never mind what people say. Full speed ahead. Yes, not a very busy news day. Not a lot of news stories. So that's it for that. I guess we'll move along to some of the articles I managed to find, and there wasn't many of those either. This one is from Fortune magazine. A Walmart employee nearly doubled her pay after entering its pipeline for skilled tradesmen. I was able to move out of my parents' house. Well, you should be striving for that anyway. As the number of skilled tradesmen dwindles in the United States, Walmart is trying to build up its own workforce to keep conveyor belts moving, refrigerated grocery cases cold, and drains and parking lots flowing. The nation's largest retailer and private employer revamped its training program last year to increase the pipeline of maintenance technicians to do everything from repair equipment to electrical work at Walmart's distribution centers and stores, jobs that have become increasingly difficult to fill because of a shrinking labor pool. I don't know. I don't think of Walmart when I think about working in the trades there. But let's see what else they have to say here. The shortage has opened opportunities for people like Liz Cardina, 24, who started at Walmart in May 2023 as an automation equipment operator at a distribution center in Lancaster, Texas. Making sure boxes were securely taped and went through a conveyor belt upright. Today she is responsible for fixing conveyor belts and other equipment when they break at distribution centers. Hey, Veritax, how you doing? Good to see you. Hope things are good in your neck of the woods. I think we're expecting a major dump of snow here. Apparently tomorrow. 12 inches or 13 inches? We'll see. Hopefully they're just exaggerating. Hey, Godzillionaire, how you doing? Kaiju in the house. Walmart will be one of the first to replace everyone with robots? Yeah, probably. I still don't shop there. I swore to myself, this was years ago, that I would not shop at Walmart. So, they don't need my money. Let's see here. Let's carry on. Cardina, who nearly doubled her hourly pay to $43.50 an hour, said she plans to pursue more training, which will mean even higher salary and more responsibility. It also means financial freedom. Wow, she's making $43.50 an hour now? Hey, it's Alex Moore. How you doing? Pull up a seat, Alex. I think my post-Christmas project will be figuring out how to get something put in with some kind of screw that goes in with a hex driver, or Allen wrench out when it doesn't seem to want to come out. Okay. I don't shop at, nope. I don't shop at Wally World, Alex. Not at all. Nope. There's other places to go. Hey, what's up? It's Comic Relief Crusader. What's up, CRC? Veritex, we can probably have a look and see if we can find something that you could do, that you could use. A screw that goes in with a hex driver. Probably some kind of carriage bolt or something. Let's continue on here. I was able to move out of my parents' house, she said. I have my own apartment. I was able to get a car, and I'm able to give more to my 401k. Excuse me. A surge of retirements along with a slowdown in immigration that began during the pandemic, but now is accelerating with President Donald Trump's aggressive deportations, are among the main factors behind labor shortages that bedevil some employers, analysts say. But in skilled trades, the problem is even more acute. Consulting firm McKinsey analyzed 12 types of trade job categories, including maintenance technicians, welders, and carpenters, and predicted an estimated imbalance of 20 job openings for every one net new employee from 2022 to 2032. You can't recall the last time you were at one? Maybe to get a coffee creamer? Yeah, I mean, I got no reason to go there. The shortages are happening as some companies are also laying off workers amid rising operational costs from new tariffs, shifting consumer spending, and increased spending on artificial intelligence. Oh, you've been lurking as you're making a video postcard for somebody. Hey, a video postcard. Nicely done, CRC. What it is a handle for a glass shower door. And there's a handle on the inside and the outside because it slides, and you think one side screws into the other one that goes into the shower, and then you secure that, and then you put the other over the top and lock it down. But Allen bolts on either side. It's weird. Okay. There's bound to be something out there. You may have to go to a specialty store, Veritex, like a specialty nut and bolt place. They have all kinds of specialty stuff. But there is something out there for what you need. McKinsey noted the extraordinary rate of churn could cost companies more than $5.3 billion every year in talent acquisition and training costs alone. Shortages are happening as some companies are laying off amid rising operational costs. Yes, we heard that. Business Roundtable, a lobbying group of CEOs from roughly 150 companies representing millions of employees nationwide, launched in June a new initiative to address worker shortages in skilled trades, including maintenance technicians. The initiative, co-championed by home improvement retailer Lowe's, entails working with elementary, middle, and high schools to raise awareness. While technology continues to evolve, it cannot replace plumbers, electricians, construction workers, maintenance and repair pros, or other tradesmen, said Marvin Ellis, chairman and CEO of Lowe's. For its part, Lowe's in 2022 started a 90-day online training program for employees who want to pursue jobs like carpentry and utility maintenance. Separately, its charitable arm has invested $43 million since 2023 to 60 organizations, including technical colleges and non-profit groups, to help recruit and train skilled tradesmen like maintenance technicians and plumbers. Mervyn Jabaraj of the University of Arkansas's Walton College of Business in Fayetteville, Arkansas, noted these programs will help ease the shortages, but they won't eliminate the gap, particularly given Trump's clampdown on immigration. I'm pretty sure he's just clamping down on illegal immigrants who aren't certified tradesmen. So, yeah, don't worry yourself about that, there, buddy. For as long as somebody physically needs to fix this, the shortage will persist, even though on the margins it'll mitigate some of the shortage. He said, "We don't have enough people." Walmart CEO Doug McMillan recently told the Associated Press he believes part of the reason for the shortages is lack of awareness. People are having hours reduced not just because of tariffs on both sides of the border. You think inflation is really making it hard, and people are like not spending like they used to. That's true, Veritax. That's so true. The thing is, because the Federal Reserve kept printing money and more money, it diluted the money supply, which means your money is worth less, which is the inflation. So things haven't really gone up in price. Your money doesn't buy as much anymore, if you understand what I mean. The dilution of the money pool makes it so that inflation goes up. And you can see that your money doesn't buy as much anymore if you look at something as simple as a comic book. Same size, same number of pages. One from 1940 was 10 cents. One nowadays, $5.99. That's Canadian. So you're paying $6 for a comic book which hasn't changed its size, shape, has same number of pages, and back in the 40s it was 10 cents. That's how much value the dollar has lost. And it's a shame because it doesn't have to be like that, but when you print money, unlimited amounts of money, this is what happens. And especially if it's not backed by anything. There is no gold back dollars anymore. That's long gone. And it's unfortunate. Anyways, let's see what the CEO of Walmart says. "I think most Americans probably don't know what a tech makes that helps take care of our stores and clubs, and that you can help them learn how to be a tech," he said. "So we have a need to get the word out so that people know there are some great jobs." Walmart revamped its training program in the spring of 2024, focusing on its own workers with a tuition-free training initiative in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. This year, it added new training sites in Vincennes, Indiana, and Jacksonville, Florida. The initiative combines hands-on instruction and classroom learning in fields like heating, ventilation, air conditioning, electrical work, and general maintenance. Vincennes, Indiana. Isn't that where Red Skelton's from? That's what he always would talk about. As of mid-November, almost 400 employees had graduated from the program, Walmart said. With its first class of 108 associates who completed the Dallas-Fort Worth pilot program, every graduate secured a technician role, putting them on a path to earn an average of $32 an hour. Walmart said its goal is to put 4,000 workers through the training program by 2030. R.J. Zanes, Vice President of Facility Services for the U.S. division of Walmart and Sam's Club, said Walmart was able to attract workers from all over the country with different backgrounds, including employees running cash registers. Maintenance technician roles are crucial to keeping Walmart's operations running smoothly, but especially so during the holiday season. For example, if a refrigeration system goes down within a Walmart store, it could cost up to $300,000 to $400,000 worth of lost product. We got to stay out in front of that, he said. We have to ensure that we've got the right skills there to do preventative maintenance, and when we do have a breakdown, to make sure that we get it back up as fast as possible to minimize that cost of downtime. So they would have to invest in a lot of spare parts then. you would pretty much have to have like doubles of the machinery you have. That way it would be a quick swap out. If you're worried about downtime and how fast it is, you would have either a redundant system or you would have it so that there's a spare there that you just swap out and you get everything back up and running like within an hour. Okay. Well, Walmart's doing their thing because they don't want to look. They want the workers to come to them, and people that are running cash registers or greeters or whatever, and they want to, earn more money or whatever, then they can do that. Next up, this is from NPR. Now, I don't know how you Americans feel about NPR. Doesn't mean a thing to me. I haven't heard good things about it, though. But this is from NPR. Affordable Housing Partnership teaches high school students building trades. Affordable housing and a shortage of skilled trades workers are both pressing issues in the U.S. A Colorado city is partnering with a local school district and Habitat for Humanity to teach kids trades by building homes working people can afford. Is this child labor? Are they taking the kids out of school and telling them to build a house? NPR is just a propaganda arm of the Democratic Party? Yeah. I thought so, Godzillionaire. I do appreciate the clarification, though. Affordable housing and a shortage of skilled workers are big challenges across the country. A school district in Boulder, Colorado has formed a partnership with the city and Habitat for Humanity to teach kids trades by building homes working people can afford. You found a YouTube video suggesting a Torx screwdriver might be the ticket with a little oil, perhaps? Oh, Torx is fine, yep. Make sure you have the bits for it, though, or the screwdrivers. A T20 or a T15, whatever size they are. We're inside a 32,000 square foot factory where modular homes are in various states of construction. High school teacher Darren Rasmussen and student June Baker huddle over blueprints, figuring out what went wrong with a drywall installation. I laugh because it's like, why aren't you guys there to teach them to do it the right way? He said it was way too small, wall A. Wall A was like 5 of 10. We have one wall A, that's right, and then one that's not built because I had to take it apart, but I've learned my mistake. And then they realized from that mistake that they need to start labeling each wall with numbers. Okay. All right. Somebody says, hey, you ready up there? The city of Boulder built this $13 million factory on land owned by the Boulder Valley School District with help from state, federal, and private foundation grants and loans. And it pays for the materials used to build the houses. Students get hands-on experience building homes and, of course, credit. The local Habitat for Humanity chapter manages the program. All the groups involved say the three-way partnership is the first of its kind in the nation. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, you still got to oversee what's going on. In November, they trucked their first 2 homes a few miles away to the Ponderosa Mobile Home Park, where they're hoisted by crane onto foundations. High school senior Sean McCormick is helping out. I think it was a big accomplishment for us and what we can do in the future and all the problem solving we had to do, because it's not like we're building a little money project. It's a real world type stuff. McCormick plans to go to trade school to become an electrician or pipe fitter. Both good choices, by the way. The industry group American Institute of Construction estimates the U.S. will need more than 500,000 workers to keep up with demand. After this mobile home park flooded, the city bought it, fixed problems, and began working with Habitat for Humanity on upgrading the housing. Yes, but did they fix it so it wouldn't flood again? That's the thing. It's like, if you're in a low-lying area, what are you going to do? Maybe move out of that area, fill it in with, put some landfill or something like that and build it up so it doesn't flood again. Anyways, I don't know if they did or not. Just a thought. So the families who are getting houses here have been living in substandard housing, some of them for decades. Residents have the option of staying in their mobile home or buying one of the new modular houses. All of these families will have a mortgage. The mortgage is based on their ability to pay and their income, so there is a significant subsidy involved. Of course there is. The 3-bed, 2-bath homes are 1,150 square feet. Colley estimates costs will range between $350,000 and $450,000. Median price of a single-family home in Boulder last year went for over $1.3 million. Oh, that's disgusting. And it's in Boulder, Colorado. Like, seriously, you guys, please tell me, what is that? Is that living in Boulder, Colorado? Is that a great place to people want to like rush to live there? 1.3 million for a house. Also, 350 to 450 for one of those modular homes. That's disgusting. Should be 100,000 tops. You don't need to charge people that much for a modular home. Oh, look, the new resident doesn't speak English. Maribel Gonzalez Rodriguez is one of the new homeowners. She lives in a small, older mobile home just steps away from her new house. She will move into it soon. Ah, yes, she's speaking Spanish. Okay. She says it's incredibly exciting that she gets to have her own house. Her trailer right now is 2 bedrooms, and there's not a lot of space. She's a single mom with 4 kids. They share the bedrooms. Maribel sleeps on the couch. She lived in Boulder almost 25 years and works in the kitchen of a downtown hotel. So she lived in Boulder for 25 years and she doesn't speak English. She's also has 4 kids and obviously no husband. So maybe you should have stopped at 1 kid. But no, you decided to have more, eh? Okay. And you've lived there for 25 years and you haven't gotten yourself a better job. You're working in a kitchen. How does she afford a $300K mortgage? Government subsidies. There you go. Godzillionaire coming in with the answer there. She'll have her own upstairs bedroom with, she says, the prettiest view in Boulder. Really? An upstairs for a modular home? All right. Yeah, so you work in the kitchen for 25 years, or she's lived in Boulder for 25 years and works in a kitchen. All right, so you're going to be... Oh, just one moment. All right. Oh, that's Miss Mechanic just coming in, taking the dishes away. She's a damn good waifu. But she needs the food stamps. Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah, well, that's the end of that one. So they're using high school students to build houses, modular homes, and it sounds like they made a big mistake in the drywall, and somebody wasn't supervising properly. So there you go. There's that. But yeah, that's going on in Boulder, Colorado. The other project you have for you when you get back is you have a craft ice maker on your LG fridge. Apparently they send you the part and give you a video and tell you how to fix it yourself. Wow. You think it's a bit of a novel concept? I think John Deere should learn a lesson from them. Yeah, John Deere doesn't want you touching their loaders or agricultural equipment. It's all like a subscription there. So I would not buy John Deere. I would go to buy somebody else. Buy from Case or Caterpillar or somebody else that doesn't do what they do. Hey, what's up, B17? How you doing, man? Been a while. So the government's going to use unpaid child labor to build expensive homes for people that don't speak English. Gotcha. Yep, that's the takeaway from this one, Godzillionaire. You broke your toe, B17. Oh, what did you do? Slip and fall on the ice? What's going on here? You gotta tell us the story now. You can't just say you broke your toe. We need details. What happened? Do we need to set you up with some steel toe boots? Anyways, that's it for the articles there, fellas. Let's move along here. We're going to dun dun dun. Fatality investigation report. Tables hurt to hit on accident. Okay. Stubbed your toe on it really hard. Eesh. That's the worst of all. Especially when it's your little toe and you just cream the thing on the table leg. All right. So, what we have here is a fatality from a snowplow rollover. 'Tis the season. The snowplows are out there. If you guys are in an area that has snowfall, you should have some snowplows to keep the roads clear. That's exactly what it was. Ugh. Oof. That sucks. All right, so we got the summary. A snowplow operator conducting snow removal operations on Highway 797 sustained fatal injuries when the unit being operated rolled as a result of a single vehicle incident. The Ministry of Transportation contracted Volker Steven Highways to undertake highway maintenance activities in the southern region of Alberta. These activities include snow clearing during and after snow events. Volker Steven Highways had its contract for highway maintenance since 2005 with the province of Alberta. They provided winter maintenance services on approximately 1/4 of the provincial highway, or 8,000 kilometers of it. That's 5,000 miles, by the way. Network in the province of Alberta. The scope was areas defined by the Alberta Ministry of Transportation, encompassed contract management areas 27, 28, and 30. Here we are. This is the area here. It looks like it goes right down to the border with Montana. So if I can get a better zoom in here of the map. Here's Montana down here. So here's the southern part of Alberta. It looks like it goes up to Calgary. CRC would know around this area, of course. On January 1st, 2017, Volker Steven Highways was the employer of the snowplow operator involved in the January 1st incident on Highway 797. The operator had been employed by Volker Steven Highways on a seasonal basis since 2012. So he'd been there for 5 years, it looks like. The operator had a Class 3 license with the air brake endorsement. Operator was driving a 3-axle sanding truck equipped with a front-mounted plow attachment. The vehicle was owned by Volker Steven Highways. The operator was clearing snow from Highway 797 and highways around Chestermere and Langdon. Just give me my 120 kilometers. Yeah, but people do that anyway on the number 2. On Highway 2, people do 120 plus on there anyway. It's a Western Star 3-axle vehicle. The snowplow involved was a 2011 Western Star 3-axle vehicle equipped with a salt and sanding box, assembled and front-mounted Tenco machinery reversible full-trip plow. There it is there. Okay, so this isn't the one that was involved, but this is what it looked like. It didn't have the side plow, though. So here's the sequence of events. On January 1st, so New Year's Day, The operator began work at 3 a.m. in response to a recent snowfall. From 3 a.m. to 7:30 a.m., their operator had been using different pieces of equipment, including an older model sanding truck and front-end loader. At 7:30 a.m., the operator began using the snowplow that was involved in the incident. The operator was tasked to clear accumulations of snow from the highways to the southeast of Calgary, including those surrounding Chestermere and Langdon. The operator's last scheduled shift prior to January 1st was on December 26th. At approximately 7:46 a.m., the operator was involved in a single vehicle incident on Highway 797 near Langdon. So right there. There's Calgary, this big thing over here. Chestermere, and then Langdon. According to information provided to Occupational Health and Safety by responding Strathmore Police, the road conditions were poor with blowing snow, and it was dark at the time. Evidence at the incident scene, which was provided to OH&S, indicated that the RCMP officers on the site, a snowplow apparently entered the right-hand ditch and rolled when the operator attempted to steer out of the ditch. The operator was pinned inside the cab of the vehicle and had to be extricated by the Strathmore Fire Department. The operator was transported by ambulance to Foothills Medical Center in Calgary, where the operator succumbed to injuries. The snowplow was recovered by the Volker-Steven Highways and transported to the Volker-Steven Highways maintenance shop in Aldersyde, Alberta. A review of enforcement action was completed on January 30th, 2018. It was determined that prosecution or an administrative penalty were not appropriate based on the circumstances surrounding this incident. Okay. It's actually amazing that there are not more accidents involving snowplows, particularly during snow and icy weather. Well, you gotta know that they're out there, and you gotta be careful. They will have, well, here in Alberta, they'll have flashing orange and red lights so that you'll know it's a snowplow. It's also, you usually don't win against the snowplow. If you're driving behind one and you can't stop, you're gonna run into it. You're gonna hurt yourself instead. Also, don't cut off a snowplow. Don't try to go in front of one. It's doing the job of, it's plowing the road. It's removing the snow. Like, why wouldn't you stay behind and have a nice cleared road? But people are dumb. And as CRC says, it's always those crazy ass drivers are, yep. We don't know whether, it doesn't say whether somebody ran into them. But it might have happened and clipped him and pushed him so that he went into the ditch. And when he tried to get out of there or steer out of the ditch, he rolled over instead. So yeah, this is the time of year to watch out for snowplows. These guys, they're heavy. They're loaded down with sand so they can sand the roads as well. You know, they're scraping the roads. They're moving as fast as they can safely move. They also have to watch out and be careful. You know, that plow doesn't have much give to it. You run into stuff on the side of the road. You just got to give them a wide berth and let them do their job. Makes sense to me. You might be in a rush, but you should wait for this guy to get his job done. So yeah, that's the injury investigation. Just watch out for snowplows. It's you got to be cognizant of that as you're driving. All right. Well, that's enough of that one. How about picture time? Hey, picture time, picture time. And we'll get to this here. Let me just close that. Shrink that down. Okay. Got this. And this. Capture that display. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that great? That's like waifu goodness right there. Very festive. Where's Fabric? Fabric, where are you? You'd appreciate this. I took a bunch of different pictures of the waifus in their Christmas gear. I'm like, you know what? I gotta make a festive background. So there you go. All right, let's get to picture time or video here. And let me shrink this up a bit so we get the whole thing in frame. There we go. Okay. So, needle valve. Needle valves are very important because we use them on our sample cylinders for sampling of hydrogen sulfide. And these things, they don't last forever. Sometimes they'll start passing and you'll get leaks. So I was thinking, well, you know what? We'll just, I'll video myself changing out the packing and such inside one of these valves. So these are good high quality valves too. I appreciate it. There we go. Take the knob off the top. And there's a little guy there that you open him up a bit with the channel lock pliers because he gets crushed on there. Open him up. You got to give him a bit of a squeeze. You're able to then we're able to give him a little bit of a pry off here. Because there is a little groove that it sits in as well, so it gets jammed in that groove. So you just got to get him a little bit of a tweak there, and there you go. Got that. That's the round disc that the knob gets secured to. We remove this. And this is where we're getting down into the packing. There you are. There's that. So yeah, you can look down in there. That's all we need to do for that. Next up, we pull out the stem. There we go. That stem pulls out. There's a rubber O-ring in there. Take that out. It's probably Viton or something like that. I don't think it's just a nitrile one. And there is a Teflon O-ring as well. And that's it for that. That's empty. This one, on the end of this stem, has a small, and I mean small, like look how small this is. That's like a 440 screw. So it's slotted. So you get the small screwdriver there and loosen it off. Take that out. Doesn't want to come out. Come on there. They usually come out very easily, but this one might have been in there for a while. And you don't want to lose it. There we go. I'm going to get serious now. I'll grab this thing. There, got it. But yes, that's how tiny that thing is. Now we got to go back for the insert there. Use our dental tool. Try to get a hold of it. Got to do it without wrecking the threads. So you get in there, a little bit of prying. Try to give it a spin. Oh, almost got it. Nope. Whew. There we go. Clean it out a bit. All right, we'll put it back because we've got the new one. So try to keep our hands clean because we're opening up the new package. And they come in, they have little rebuild kits. They send you all the stuff you need. So make sure I separate it out, put all the old stuff over there. Okay. I know I usually wear gloves and such, but you can't with such small parts. The dexterity just isn't there. There we go. So they come with little instructions and some lubricants. I won't need those till later. Looks like it's got everything I need. So we'll just cut that open and dump that out. Yo, what's up, DJ Ronnie G? How you doing, DJ? Just changing the insides of a needle valve. No notification? Yeah, it figures. Good old YouTube. supporting the little guy. Okay, so I've got all the parts out. They are over on the... And I always put down a shop towel, a nice clean shop towel to put all my stuff on. And I'm also using some Loctite because it wants it for the 440 screw. There we go. Let's put that in there. Very tiny. Okay, so it sits in there. Now, the screw wants, it tells you in the instructions, put a little dab of Loctite on there. We'll use blue stuff. That's good enough. And you see how I hold my hand underneath, just in case it drops. And support it, just so it doesn't drop. And we'll screw it in there. And it says to do it to a couple of inch-pounds, but I just go for a feel. There we go. All right, so the stem is done. Next up, you got the red stuff. Oh yeah, you like the red Loctite? That's a little tougher. It gets to a point where you have to add heat to get the pieces apart if you use red Loctite. Oh, for your first telescope repair. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so we put in the Teflon ring. Oh, looks like I gotta go get something. What am I getting? Okay, I am getting gloves. And you do this because you're handling oil-based lubricants and such. You don't want to get your skin desensitized to it. So if you're going to use the tutorial said to use it on the focuser, you think. Okay. All right, so there we are. I think we got some silicone-based lubricant there. It says to put it on the O-ring, which is very easy, and you put that in there. That's it. Next up, with the stem, you make sure you put on this fiber. Oh, easy to drop, very small. Little fiber gasket. That goes on top. And then you put it in there. Work it in. And there we go. It sits on there nicely. Difficult gunfire. We put the body of the needle valve back in. And then it says to use the black lubricant, that grease, on this part. And you put it in there. Should go in fairly nicely. And we'll tighten it down with our wrench. And I believe it calls for a little bit more. Ultra real grade. There, we'll put the ring on. This is what holds the knob on. The knob. I'm going to put a little bit on here just to make it so it's easier to turn, because those two faces come into contact with one another. So I'll put some lube on that. So that's good. There we go. They're just checking to see that it's holding okay. Next we'll put the clip on. That goes right into that groove. And that'll clip in there. And then we just close the two ends together so it won't back off at all. There we go. Next up, I believe yes, there we are. We're putting some lubricant on those threads. Because actually it's plastic going into metal, so you want to keep it lubed up so it doesn't gall or anything like that or wreck the plastic threads. So you spin it down till it's closed all the way. Okay. Now you flip it over upside down, give it a tap so that the ring falls down so that's in line with the Allen head screws here, the socket screws. And you give it a snug, and you give it a snug. And there we go. Give it a try. Open, close. And now you clean it up a bit, and then you go give it a pressure test. Take it over to the nitrogen bottle, hook it up, bring it up to about 200 psi. And then, yeah, you spray it down with some leak indicator. That's the brand. It's Snoop's the brand name. But yeah, that's it. You got that in. What do you call the sitting again? What do you mean the sitting, Veritax? Oh, the fitting. That's a needle valve. So yeah, that's pretty much how you go about changing the packing of a needle valve. The important part is after you're done all that, you do the pressure check, bring it up to 200 psi, spray it, and that's how you determine whether there's any leaks or not. Because if you spray it with the solution, if there's any leaks, it'll start making lots of bubbles, and you won't be able to. You'll see right away when something's wrong. But if you spray it down and you don't see any leaks, and it holds it for, I don't know, 15 minutes or so, because I make sure that's how long I do it for, you're good to go. I will put a tag on it and say that it is rebuilt and ready for use. All right. One more thing. I've got a segment called Pop's Trade Tips. Just imagine the marquee flying across the screen. Pop's Trade Tips. And I'm going to show you guys I got a little tip for you. It's for hydrogen sulfide, DJ. So it goes on our sample cylinders that we use. They fit in the size of your hand, and each end has a needle valve on it. So you can have a pass through. So you hook it up and you're able to fill it up and have the liquid pass through and then close it off. So that's what it's for, and that's what the liquid is that's in it. I'm trying to think of a technical way to explain what I just watched without saying, "Hey, honey, today on Trade Stuff, we learned how to loop this." You can just tell her it's a rebuild of a rebuild of a needle valve. That's it. You saw a needle valve get rebuilt, or the packing changed. Okay. Yes, I'm going to do my trades tip. And it involves another video, so be ready for another. Here comes another video, you guys. This is what I found out myself because I needed to do it out of necessity. And I think it's a good tip for everybody else as well. Hey, Gap, you can't stay, but you're dropping by to say Merry Christmas and everybody Merry Christmas. Hey, Merry Christmas to you, Gap. I appreciate you stopping by. Hope to see more of you in the new year. All the best to you, Gap. Okay, just adjusting. There we go. Okay. You have a Christmas message on X. Oh, okay. We'll get through this, and then if you want me to play it on stream, CRC? Anyways, if you guys have a gasket that is like a little small and you need to open it up, like you just need to take out a bit. This is not for taking out like say a 1/4 inch. You got to just sort of massage it and take a little bit out. So if you have a gasket, fiber gasket, and you need to open it up a bit because it's just too tight for where you got to put it, you can take this, see, working on the inside. This is a deburring tool. It's for removing burrs from holes that you make. So when you drill a hole, you take this tool and it removes the burr so you don't cut yourself. So you take this deburring tool, make sure it's sharp, and you go around the circle like this and look at it. You can see it's taking a very fine skim of that material off. So you just go around and you can see there it is. So you go around the circle. Oh no, but for you and your viewers. Okay, sounds great, CRC. Thanks. So there you go. That's my little tip for the day for you guys. My trades tip is use a deburring tool, and I think I have a picture of one here. Use a deburring tool for any fiber gaskets you may have, and it will help you take the necessary bit off that you need in order to fit your gasket over whatever needs to be. So I'm doing it on the large one, but I could have done it on the smaller bolt holes if I needed to. If I needed those to be a little bigger, if they weren't quite fitting good enough on the studs, I could have taken that deburring tool and opened those up a little bit. Like I say, it's not for huge amounts, but just very small, and it does it cleanly. That's the important thing, is it doesn't look all ragged. And you know, if you're ever thinking of how am I going to do this, try a deburring tool. That will it might take a while depending on how much you have to take off, but it's also it makes it look nice still. Like you still have a nice surface. It's not jagged. You're not trying to use a knife or a power tool or something like that, something that's going to just ruin the thing. Deburring tool works just fine. So yes, that is my trades tip of the week. Get yourselves a deburring tool. They're very handy. They're not very expensive. Well, there you go. I think that's all I have for you guys today. Just going to start wrapping things up here. You guys – looking forward to Christmas? Are you ready? Are you going to get any tools for Christmas? Do you want any tools for Christmas? I myself am not going to get any tools for Christmas, but no, it's should be good. Should I trade Charizard for Wartortle? I don't know, DJ. A lot of people like Charizard. And make sure you get some, remember, buy yourself, you don't have to buy top of the line tools, but don't buy bottom of the barrel. Get yourself some good mid-grade tools. Something that won't give up on you, but not something that's going to make you pay an arm and a leg for it. Is a deburring tool better for that job than a file? I think it is. A file, you'll have to, a file is going to get clogged. It's also, you're going to have to like move back and forth, back and forth. You'd probably get, well, you could use a half round, I suppose. But for that big of a diameter, I think deburring tool is probably your best bet. But yeah, I got to go to work tomorrow on Christmas Eve, working Christmas Eve, but that's okay. The next week, all the time off. Don't have to go to work. It makes me feel better. You got nice files from Japan. Why wouldn't you wouldn't want to ruin them? No, and you got to use the right stuff. That's a fiber gasket, so you're not going to want to use metal files for a fiber gasket. You do have a half round, but it makes sense. Yeah, like I say, fiber gaskets, stuff like that. You're going to have a pretty aggressive tooth on it. Somehow not this year. Okay. But yeah, you'd want to, like a rasp or something, but then you want to get a half round and you want to get some pretty big teeth on it. Just stuff like that. Yeah. Fiber gasket. Yeah. I believe that was Gylon that I was working with. It's a good one. It's very resistant to hydrogen sulfide, so that's why we use it. Anyways, I'm going to start wrapping her up here, fellas. You can enjoy some waifu goodness while I do my wrap up here. I just want to thank everybody that stopped by today. People like Veritax and Godzillionaire. Alex Moore, of course. The Comic Relief Crusader, who you can check out on Saturdays and Sundays when he does his stream. There's and DJ Ronnie G. You want to check out his Monday show on Thursday. I don't know if he's going to have one on this Thursday, but that's Christmas Day. It's up to you, DJ. Let us know if you are going to have one. Who else was here? B17. B17 with the broken toe. Get well soon, B17. Oh, yes, and Gap. It was nice having Gap stop by. Good to see him. You plan to try? Okay. That's good, DJ. Yeah, so guys, please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Excuse me. I'm on the tail end of this damn cough and head cold. I just gotta get over this last little bit. Hopefully soon. Yeah, like I said, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, tell your friends, spread the word. Coming up, well, it's going to be a nice little break here, but Saturday I'll be here playing some more Odin Sphere for the PlayStation 2. We're getting further along. I'm telling you, these guys, this game is great. What a great game. We're thoroughly enjoying it. If everybody could try it out, they should. Broken landing gear, huge. It's hugely, yeah. There you go. So that's what's going on Saturday. More Odin Sphere. Then on Sunday, well, that's the last Sunday of the year and of the month. So the theme is our year in review, and I'll be doing the fall, which is just ending now. There's a couple of straggler shows. But yes, pretty much the fall season is ending, and we'll start the winter season in January with all new shows to watch. And I'm going to go over that too. I'm going to go over which shows I'm going to watch on the next season. So be sure to tune in on Sunday Anime Chat. And then on Tuesday, I won't be at work, but we'll have a trades talk show. Just maybe sort of an end of the year trades talk show. We'll have a good old time. I don't know if I'll have any new videos for you guys because I'm not going into work, but we'll come up with something. And a Merry Christmas to you too, you too, Comic Relief Crusader. I appreciate that. All the best to you and yours down there. Keep warm. I know we're going to be getting like a foot of snow tomorrow or something like that, so watch out. But hey, when I'm not streaming, you can always tune into these guys like Pacific 4 and 4. It's always good to see Mike. DJ Ronnie G, of course, I mentioned earlier. Brandon the Anime Guy. Carl at the RNG Podcast. You can tune in and see Infinite Metal over on Kick and Twitch. There's Call Me Kixie. She's a great VTuber over on Twitch. Very family friendly. You have a good old time watching her play indie games. And then there's the Comic Relief Crusader. Don't forget, he streams on Saturdays and Sundays. And on Tuesdays. He has usually Titillating Tuesdays. He has the movies he does on Saturday, the old movies. You know, they're always good for a watch, very enjoyable, and they're in the public domain, so hey, no copyright claim. And then he's got huge circles where he does drawing on stream on Sundays. So tune in for that. Well, that looks like it's it for me. I want everyone to have a Merry Christmas. And also a Happy New Year. Guys, be safe out there. Watch out for crazy people. And, if you're in a place that has snow and ice, watch out. Be careful there. Cars can get going, but they can't stop. So just watch yourselves out there. Be safe. I don't want to hear about any of you guys getting hurt or anything over the holidays. All right. Hopefully I'll see you guys next time I'm streaming, which will be on the weekends. Have a good shift tomorrow and Merry Christmas. Thanks, DJ. Same to you. Come by and visit guys on the weekend if you see me streaming. Even if you don't get a notification from YouTube, just check my channel anyway. Remember, 9 a.m. Saturdays and Sundays. That's 11 Eastern time. Just click on. All right. Hopefully I'll see you guys soon. Until then, I've been Pop, and I am ho-ho-hoing out of here.